What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another transfer update video. There's been no live streams for the last couple of days. I've been traveling, visiting family. I will be back on tomorrow. Obviously, we'll preview the Premier League, obviously with it starting tomorrow and Arsenal starting on Saturday. But let's touch base, people. There has been news. We do need to connect and chat. Now, it was announced last night. David Ornstein announced that David Raya will be joining the club on loan, not a permanent deal. There was reports we were paying £30 million for him, but we are going to get him on a £3 million 1-year loan with an option to buy him at the end of the season for £27 million. I mean, listen, I tip my hat. Credit where credit's due. Edu, that's proper. That's proper business. You know, if he doesn't do well, send him back. If he does well, 27 million, thank you very much. Great business. And that should also enable Arsenal to go and spend their money elsewhere, which is what we need to do at the end of the day. We need more players. So, listen, fantastic news. David Raya will have his medical today. Should be announced sometime on Friday. And listen, man, that's smart business. And we haven't done a lot of smart business over the last few years, that is for sure. So I tip my hat to Edu on that one. David Raya should be announced tomorrow. Now, let's talk about what I would say the headline news of the day is. And that is that Arsenal have apparently approached Inter Milan with the possibility of swapping Balagon for Barella. Now, I've mentioned this so many times on this channel. Get Barella to Arsenal. Get Barella to Arsenal. He's a fantastic player. We all know combative, quality on the ball, leadership skills. You saw in the Champions League final how good a player he actually is. It's a no-brainer to get him in. I would love Arsenal to sign Barella. It's believed Arsenal would have to pay around 30 or 40 million pounds on top of Balagon to even make Inter Milan, you know, consider anything. Now, let me get one thing clear. Inter are not actively looking to sell Barella. He's arguably their best player. They were linked with selling him to PSG. They were asking for around 80 to 85 million euros, around 70 odd million pounds. Now, they want Balagon. They're desperate for Balagon. Dzeko has left. Lukaku has left. They only have Lautaro Martinez as a striking option, and they view Balagon as a top priority for them to bring in. Now, would you do that? I'm not going to lie. I know I've been pro Balagon a lot of this summer, but Barella is a player that I am a massive fan of. I would love to see Barella at Arsenal. I suppose the one question is, how do you get him in the team? Do we have bigger priorities up front and on the right wing than in the midfield area? That's the only thing. But listen, if you offer me Barella, it's very difficult for me to say no. I'm a big fan of him. Would Inter Milan be up for it? Do Arsenal still have the cash? You would think with David Raya going on loan that potentially we could do that. So listen, let's see what happens with that one, people. Let's go on to Balagon again. It's believed that Arsenal turned down a 40 million euro offer from Monaco for Balagon. Arsenal looking for 50 million euros to make this deal possible. Now, when I first thought about it, I thought, you know what? They don't want Balagon. Maybe 40 million is not bad, but you know when you think about it, Brio Embolo, the striker from Switzerland, has done his ACL. He's one of Monaco's main attacking players along with Ben Yedder. Now, Balagon has scored 21 goals in the French league. Monaco really should be paying more money for him than Inter. And I'll give you my explanation. Inter Milan will still have reservations. They will say he's 21, he's unproven in one of the top leagues. They're not sure about it. Monaco are in the French league. You're signing a guy that is a top striker in the league that you're in. Monaco are a wealthy club. It's a rich part of Europe. They should be paying 50 million euros. If they're at 40 million euros, I reckon they're going to get close. Now, they're saying now that even though Balagon's preference is to join Inter Milan, he is willing to go to Monaco. Clearly wants out of Arsenal. Monaco are in Europe next season. And listen, lovely part of the world to live. And he would start up front with Ben Yedder, who's a FIFA menace for all my FIFA players out there. So listen, does Balagon go to Monaco? Will they get to that 50 million euro mark and try and make this deal happen? It will be very, very interesting. But it does look as if Balagon is on the way. Would you rather swap him with Barella plus cash, or would you rather just sell him for 50 million to Monaco? I think the interesting thing about Arsenal at the moment is we don't seem to be looking at any attacking players at the moment. And it does concern me a little bit. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, we scored a lot of goals last year. We don't need a striker. We don't need a winger. But ultimately, you know, the goals from central positions up front dried up at the end of the season. Jesus came back from injury, had a little spell, then disappeared. He was out for 3 months. Eddie had a little spell, then he went quiet. You know, you look at Haaland throughout the season, it was consistent. It was consistent, you know. So for me, I know Havertz has come in. I don't really view Havertz as a striker or that striker that's going to make the difference for us. Mohamed Kudus moved to Brighton, seems to have stalled. Should we be trying to hijack that deal and get him to Arsenal? I don't know. There's lots going off. I definitely think Arsenal have still got money to spend, especially with the fact David Raya is coming in on loan. So let me know in the comments what you think about that. Before we end today's show, I had to speak about Harry Kane. If anyone's ever seen the film called The Rock, Sean Connery, Alcatraz, you know, locked up for years, for doing nothing wrong, you would say. And then he has to go back into Alcatraz in the film. If you've seen the film, you're right there with me. If you haven't, you're thinking, what the hell is this guy talking about? Harry Kane, Bayern Munich have agreed a £94.5 million deal to bring Harry Kane to Bayern Munich. And now Harry Kane doesn't know whether he wants to go there or not. I mean, they've made 4 offers for the player. So clearly they've been given encouragement by Harry Kane that he's prepared to join. Why would you go back and make 4 offers for a player that's not interested? Now they've accepted the offer. He's pooed his pants. Said, oh no, I can't leave. Stockholm Syndrome. Keep me in the prison. At least I understand what's going on. Kane, get some ambition and get yourself out of that prison. You ain't winning no trophies at Tottenham. Bayern Munich, they'll be Champions League challengers. You'll win the league. Sort yourself out, Harry. Free Harry Kane, man. Free him. We know he's a gooner deep down. Listen, people, I'll be back on live stream tomorrow. Thank you very much for everyone tuning in. I'm out here in the greenery having a walk. But listen, I'll be back tomorrow around 4 p.m. We'll do Premier League predictions, Fantasy League. We'll get that started as well, so get yourself involved with that. Let me know about what we've spoken about today. Raya on loan, Barella plus Balagon, and Kane out of prison. Or maybe not. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Bless.